Hey everybody. So Meta put out today a product called Llama Guard, and it might get overlooked because of all of the Gemini hype and everything around Google, but Llama Guard is something that the enterprise market has been clamoring for ever since the release of ChatGPT. So I think that this will be huge overall in the long run. Essentially, Llama Guard is very straightforward, and then it allows you to uh, control the prompts that you want to make. So they have a paper as well as a blog article, GitHub repository, and a Hugging Face model. You can view the model on Hugging Face specifically. But so it's very straightforward as to what it does. So Llama Guard is specifically an LLM model. So it is a model. It's a Llama model. And then it's trained to essentially be like a guard of the type of content that you want the model to output. So, for example, if the model output is not safe, then a Llama Guard will kick in and say that the content's unsafe and immediately end the conversation or take any other action that you want. And then you can dictate the type of content that you deem as safe or unsafe. So that's kind of the beauty of this. And they break it down into like different categories like violence and hate, sexual content, criminal planning, guns and illegal weapons, regulated or controlled substances, suicide and self-harm, and safe. And then you can, the beauty with Llama Guard is that you can change this for your own needs and your own parameters. So say that you're a company, say that you're Coke. You don't want people to you don't want like your model to output that Pepsi is great, right? So you could put that as like don't ever say that Pepsi is great, like and have that as your Llama Guard. So whatever you would want within that is the really cool thing. And then so this paper, it's a long paper because again, Llama Guard is a model, right? So it's an LLM model, and then so they have a lot of benchmarks for the model and how it performs overall. And then so if you want direct access to this model, very first thing to know up front is that you have to request access. So if you say you watch this video, you go through, you read the paper, you read the research paper that's released by Facebook, and then you go to Hugging Face, and then you just download the model, you won't be able to utilize the model. You have to fill out this form on the model card that's on Hugging Face, access Llama Guard on Hugging Face, and then you just hit submit. And then your request has been successfully submitted and is pending a review from the repo authors. And then it doesn't take long. Facebook will recognize and accept your request. And then you go through, and then you get access then to the repository. And then from there, you can get access to they have set up here in Google Colab the Llama Guard inference testing. And then so that test, you'll have to add your Hugging Face token after you're added and you actually have access. So that's why you do it on Hugging Face. You request the access on Hugging Face, and then in the GitHub or in the Google Colab repository, they ask you for your Hugging Face token, and then that's how they match it up. So if you just go in and you put your Hugging Face token in without requesting that access, it's not going to work. But then once you have the access, it's very straightforward. It's just downloading the model. Here is the code, and then you have your default settings for the model, and then you can configure your custom taxonomy here, and then your outputs for what to do if the model has unsafe content. And then so it marks it either safe or unsafe. And then here's your custom taxonomy. So you input these unsafe categories like violence and hate. And then you can adjust this prompt and the way that this is all, it's a lot prompt based, right? It's more prompt based than code based. I think you'll see that more and more with kind of releases like this. And then you have your unsafe categories. You can, again, create your unsafe categories. This is just pulling in directly from what you create here up above. And then it's pretty straightforward. And then it just, then you have your moderated prompts that come out. And then your moderated response. And then the moderated response is check if there's unsafe content in the agent messages and conversations according to our safety policy with the below categories. And then so again, all of your categories: violence and hate, sexuality, sexually explicit content, anything that encourages discrimination, etc. And then so it's very straightforward. And then so with this is the first kind of like actual built-in check into the models that I've seen for limiting the content. Everything else, like if you want to get into the very specifics of LLM models and the like back end as far as security, all of the security measures for LLM models currently are built like external from the model, right? There's not a lot of safeguards that are built directly into the model. So that's what makes Llama Guard interesting, is that this is a safeguard built directly into the model. And then again, it's like specific control over the outputs, which is very specifically what, again, the enterprise market has been clamoring for. So I think that this model, once it's known and publicized more, as far as the value of this, I think that like the sky is the limit for Llama Guard. So I'll link the description to all of this in the description for this video. And if you like this type of content, please like and subscribe. Thank you very much.